107.9 FM. Folks, it is time for Music Monday here on the Berg. Spencer Duby live in the studio. I got Connor Rumfeldt joining me over the phone. He is the lead guitarist and backup singer for the band Walker Crown. Connor, welcome to the show, man. It is a pleasure to hear from you over the phone. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hey, Spencer. Thank you very much for having me. Myself and the rest of the band really appreciate this opportunity.
Well, it's our pleasure here on the Berg. Can we just give a shout out to the other band members? Who is everybody else in the band?
So, of course, my partner who started this together, Jordan Martin, Justin Jewell, and Cody Williamson, that makes up Walker Crown.
Well, that is great. Yeah, I was just listening to the new single that dropped on Friday, Ecstasy. We're going to play that in a little bit, and it sounds great. Connor, I've got to take it right back to the beginning. What was your musical journey like? Did you take any lessons for guitar? Or are you self-taught? What was your story?
So actually, I did start playing guitar. It was interesting. My interest was in drums, and my parents always told me, well, if you go to a campfire, you go to a friend's house, you can't bring your drums with you, so you should learn the guitar. I think it was their idea of the cheaper way out at that point. But I ended up sticking with guitar a little bit, doing some lessons with that, and then I ended up being fortunate enough to get a drum kit from a family member, which I, did some drumming, played in a few bands growing up, always was serious with music. And then now we've kind of gotten to a point here where I met some other bandmates, some other musicians who are of mutual goals, and we've really been able to create something here. And so I was in a band before here in town called the Backlot. And that was, I would say, my first attempt at putting together a band with real intentions of creating real original music and trying to create something that was from this area that people could really attach to. I found that the other members in that band didn't really have the same goals as myself. But that band led me to Jordan because he had actually auditioned for that band. And funny enough, Ecstasy was a song that he played in that audition. And I remember a year later, after that band folded, I still had that song kind of stuck in my head. And Jordan and I touched base talking about this project, which is now Walker Crown. And then we started writing music, and Ecstasy being this first one that is now out. It's kind of a cool story that, if that past band wasn't there, this potentially might not be where it is. Okay, so all roads led to that, which is good. Yeah, everything happens for a reason, right?
Exactly. And aside from, being a guitarist and backup vocalist, you also you do some producing as well, record engineer and producer. You were recording out of the studio at your house. You have one of those. That's so cool. What's that like, being a recording engineer and producer? What's that like?
Yeah, so I went to school and band shop, music industry arts. So I was able to learn a lot of stuff there that I was able to carry on into my own musical journey, and it's really beneficial for us because as a independent artist right now, I mean, we are signed with Indie Tunes Records as well, which they'll handle a lot of our distribution and marketing strategies. But producing our own music, we have to do ourselves, and it can cost a lot of money to go into record studios, getting a producer to work with you. So, per song, you can be saving several thousands of dollars. And that's one thing that I really wanted to do, was have the ability to have a band, have them have our own space in our own area where we can really gel together, find our vibe in a place where we can really make the music we want to. So that's what I wanted to create here at my home, and it's worked out so far very well for Walker Crown, I think. And the journey's just beginning, and we're still recording, and we're still writing every day. So yeah,
That's always exciting, for you guys, but also someone like me and others that, are following your journey along. It's, like you said, just beginning. So excited to see what else is to come from Walker Crown. But how was the recording process for Ecstasy?
The recording process for Ecstasy was actually really cool because the song itself, just kind of explaining kind of almost the description of the song, it tries to capture a very like mystical haze of like losing yourself in the music. The song drifts between these blurred lines of reality. The verses carry like a dreamlike, calm, undertones, trying to find peace in an overwhelming world. And we really wanted to capture that with the atmosphere. So it was more than just trying to just record the parts, but it was really trying to, find the right tones, the right effects, the right arrangement that really carried out this experience for the listener.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I think you did capture it great because, like I said earlier, I just was listening to it not long ago when I got in the studio today, and it's a great song. It really is. So I think it's time. I think it's time that we play it for the rest of the listeners out there.
That'd be great.
All righty, yeah.
Let's do it, Spencer.
All righty. Here is Ecstasy from Walker Crown on the Berg. 107.9 FM. That was Walker Crown with Ecstasy. What a great song. Connor Rumfeldt, lead guitarist, backup vocalist, joining me in the studio. Also the record engineer there producing that song in his own studio. Man, that is so cool. You're like a jack of all trades doing all this stuff. And Connor, it's such a great song. I got to ask you, like, for the recording process part, like, how much editing did it take, and did you add anything to that song?
So actually, it's interesting. There was a lot of editing with that. It is unique with Jordan's vocal in that song where we kind of layered it with an interesting kind of almost robotic sound of his voice, which kind of gave it this the feeling of really being in almost like that's what we would say in like in that ecstasy place. But yeah, it did take a little bit of editing, and then you might notice after that first verse there's a big tempo change, and that was really something that we had to work hard on making that tempo change really transition and sound natural.
Nice. Yeah, well, no, it's a great song. You did a great job. Everybody did a great job, their part. And the extra work, recording it and editing it, did a great job with all that.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Spencer. We appreciate this. Hopefully we can do this again with our upcoming releases.
Yeah, that's. Do you just want to mention them really quick? You're working on an album, or are you putting out some other singles?
Yeah, so we actually are working. We actually not even working on it right now. Actually, we have finished the recording for our album, which is very exciting. And coming up February 27th will be our next release, Lights Come On. And this is all off Indie Tunes Records out of London, St. Thomas, here in Ontario. We're super excited. It's going to be a lot of frequent releases this year as we're going to waterfall release our songs. Everybody's got to stay tuned because our journey's just beginning, and you don't want to miss it.
That is a great way to put it. You don't want to miss it, and absolutely, I'm in for the journey. So you got another fan here. I will be, looking forward to everything that you guys do, along with everybody else that has been on Music Monday. Connor, I want to thank you so much for joining me here today on Music Monday. It has been a pleasure, and just can't wait for what else you guys put out.
Sounds good. Yeah, we're at the GOAT this Friday. Check us out there.
The GOAT, all right. In Windsor or LaSalle?
That'll be actually in Lakeshore.
Lakeshore, the GOAT in Lakeshore. If you want to see Walker Crown, you can this Friday, the GOAT in Lakeshore. Connor Rumfeldt, the lead guitarist, backup vocalist, thank you so much. It has been an honor to have you on. And check out Walker Crown. You guys are on Spotify, Apple, all that good stuff.
Over 150 of your favorite streaming services.
There we go. All righty, folks. This has been Spencer Duby for the Midday Music and More Show's Music Monday segment on 107.9 FM.